welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a speed build of a dorm in Britechester. I'm renovating Drake Hall as part of my little series of renovating Britechester builds because I have a ton of Sims going to university in my save file, and so I'm renovating the whole world. And the concept behind this particular dorm build was that I wanted it to be more affordable because I did another renovation of the Wyvern Hall dorms in Britechester a few months ago. It's on my channel, and that's like a luxury dorm build, so it's really fancy and there's a lot of stuff for your Sims to do. And this one I wanted it to be simpler. I wouldn't call it a budget build. I don't know how much it actually costs for your Sims to stay there for a semester, but it's definitely cheaper than the other one that I built, so this is like the more budget-friendly dorm build. And then the other one is the luxury one. I went into this thinking I would do a budget one, and then I just kind of forgot and started making it cute. So it's like mid-range. I did go into this one with more of a plan than I did for my Wyvern Hall one. It took me forever to do the floor plan of the Wyvern Hall build, and I think what's frustrating about doing these particular dorm builds is that it's such a like square rectangle kind of thing on top, and it's like a 30 by 20 lot or something like that. And when you have that for a house, you know, you filled up a lot of it with landscaping or like ponds and stuff like that. Like there's stuff that goes outside, there's a backyard, there's a fence, but with this it's just the build. And so you have to decide if you want to like leave fenced areas outside and how much room you want those to take up. And then if you do decide to do that instead of just doing like a giant rectangle, then you gotta decide like how to make it blend in with the surrounding world. And so that was a bit of a challenge for me with the Wyvern Hall build. It took me like, I don't even know how long to set up the outside and do all the roofing because I did like these little domed parts, but I did go into this one with more of a plan. I decided to split it into sort of two areas. There's two kitchens, but they're kind of small. There's only 2 island seating areas in each one, and there's no like dining room or anything. So I do have it split into 2 areas. There are 8 beds, and then the toilets and the showers are separate. So there's like 2 bathrooms with only toilet stalls, and then there are 2 shower areas. Overall, I do really like how this turned out, and I love the color schemes that I did inside. And I think I've done a better job here than in my Wyvern Hall build of making this match the surrounding areas. Like I was able to match the windows and the walls a bit better, so I'm proud of this build. It is taking a while for me to do the full rebuild of Britechester. It takes a lot longer to fill up a world than you would expect. I don't know, when I went into it I was like, yeah, it'll probably take me a couple weeks. And yeah, if it were the only thing I was doing in The Sims during that time, then I could do it, but it's ending up taking several months. I think I have Pepper's Pub is done, and then I've done these 2 dorm builds, and I've also done a townhouse build that I need to record. Well, I've kind of only done half of it because I needed it for my Sim story on Instagram. So I've done like half of it just for the parts that are in the screenshots I'm taking, but like half of it is unfurnished. So I think I'm gonna do a speed build where I finish that, and I have 2 sets of townhouses, so that will be in the middle part of Britechester, like the central area with the library and stuff like that. I'm excited to do the library because I want to do sort of a dark academia theme to it. I'm really excited for that. And then I'm really excited to do the common areas, like the, what are they called? The student centers? I think they're called something else in the game, I don't know. But yeah, I have lots of ideas for both of them because I really don't like the student center builds that come in the game. Britechester is just kind of boring, and then Foxbury is just so big. I'm fine with big builds if there's enough to do there, but there's not. So it takes my Sim forever just to walk from like one side of the building to the other, so I usually end up teleporting. That's just how I kind of survive university in The Sims in general. You just have to start cheating at some point and just start teleporting your Sim to places because they're going to be late everywhere. Like, and it's so annoying, like getting your Sim to class on time because, okay, even if they're in a dorm, like on campus, it'll take them a good like 45 minutes just to walk to that building. And if they have they get the pop-up that sends them to walk to class an hour early. But what if my sim needs to pee? Or they're finishing up their little breakfast or something? Like, I wish it was like a half-hour notification instead of like 1 hour, because a half hour, they might end up being like a few minutes late, if anything like delays them along the way. But I don't know, I think it's better than an hour, because my sim usually does end up standing in front of the building doing nothing for like 15 to 20 minutes. Actually wish is that they would tell you which building your classes are in, instead of doing the, hey, your sim has 1 hour to get to class, and then they head over there automatically. Like, I would just like to know which building it is. So then my sim could like maybe do stuff around campus, maybe go get a coffee if the little coffee cart is next to the building that their class is going to be in. I would just like to know, because the pop-up for them to automatically go to class an hour before, it doesn't always work. I feel like it only really works in like the first day of class, and then after that it's like hit or miss. Sometimes you'll get it and sometimes you won't. I don't know. And then they're so slow when they go up the stairs and down the stairs. So that's more of a problem in Foxbury, which is why I usually have, if my sims are going to be on-campus students, I'll usually have them be at Britechester, and if my sim is going to Foxbury, I usually just keep them at home because it's so annoying, like having them walk up those stairs. And then in Foxbury, with the way that the buildings are, the camera angle will just like jump all over the place while your sim is walking to class. That's annoying. Sound like I'm just complaining a lot about it, but Discover University is one of my favorite packs, and I love taking my sims to university just because I do it so often. I notice more of the annoying things, I guess. However, one of my favorite times at university with my sims is when I had a vampire students, because oh my god, they're like superstar students. The vampire run is like one of the best things about being a vampire in The Sims. They get everywhere so fast. I love it so much. They don't move at like a snail's pace when they're late to something. Like, you're late, why are you walking? Go. Yeah. So it's really easy with a vampire sim, also because they can stay up late and do all their homework and they're never tired. So it's kind of cheating, but it's okay. One thing that's annoying with the vampire run is when they go to walk their dog, they have a dog sim in the game, because the poor dog, like, the vampire will start running right really fast, and then the dog will just be like left behind. But then the dog is still like attached to the leash, so the leash is like super long, and then the dog starts like trotting over to catch up with their super fast vampire sim. And then by the time that the dog gets over to the sim will sprint off again. The dog has to run over there. And so I usually keep their walks like pretty short, because as soon as they go home, the dog is so exhausted. Like, you would think that it's just like a weird glitchy thing and that the dog would react to it like any other walk in the game, but no, they actually seem like they're exhausted when they get home after a walk with a vampire sim, because as soon as you get in the door and the sim takes them off the leash, the dog just collapses on the floor. Speaking of the dogs collapsing on the floor, in The Sims, I don't like the music or the little sound that they play when the dogs and cats fall asleep, because it kind of sounds like the death music. I don't know if anyone has heard of that, has noticed that, but like it always scares me. And I have all of my pets set to immortal, but it still freaks me out because I'm like, oh, is somebody dying? Like, I don't know if it's a human or like a pet sim, but yeah, it scares me. Anyway, I have like a little study area in this build with research desks and laptops, a chess table, and I think I have bookcases somewhere else, or I don't know, maybe I end up putting them in here. I can't remember. But yeah, I really liked having a little study area, and there's going to be desks in each room that don't have a computer on them so that they can do their homework. And I really like how I did the kitchen builds in this. I love that one base game tile that goes like halfway up the wall with like a cool design, and then it's like a plain color on top. So yeah, I have the two kitchens with like a fridge and like a microwave and coffee station, I think, and then a little island with like 2 seats. And then yeah, this study area. And then after this, there's going to be 2 sort of living room seating areas that are like next to the kitchens, and then there's going to be the bedrooms, bathrooms, and like somewhat of a common area, but the common areas are more the living rooms. In this build, there's a lot of get together, dream home decorator, Discover University obviously, and romantic garden. I think there might also be some cottage living, but if there is, it's not very much. I like doing that in builds. Like, I'll just pick a few packs to focus on, and it's not necessarily because I want to limit myself or whatever. It's just, it helps me narrow down a style, first of all, and it just makes it so much more manageable. Instead of scrolling through like hundreds of objects, I'll just like have the few packs that fit the style that I want and just scroll through those. It's so much easier. Now I'm working on the living rooms. It was kind of hard to get together a color scheme for them because I have the windows which have like the dark brown swatch on the inside, but I wanted to do like pastel colors at first, and then I realized I couldn't do that. So in here there's a green and a dark brown, and I think in the other living room I think I did pink, but I don't remember because maybe I had to change it if it didn't really match the dark brown windows. I don't remember. But oh, there's Snowy Escape as well. I love the chairs from Snowy Escape that have the little like blanket draped over them. That's one of my favorite things. And yeah, so there's a TV and like music area, and then there are bookshelves in the living rooms. And just to get off topic for a minute, I have been really struggling with my hair lately. Like, okay, first of all, my natural hair is like maybe a couple shades lighter than this. It's like a medium brown, but I really like this dark brown color I've been doing lately. And why did I start this? I think because I had like these blue streaks in my hair a couple years ago, and then like when the bleach faded or whatever, it kind of looked green and then it kind of looked rusty, and I just didn't like it. So I just dyed over it with like a darker color than my natural color so that it would all, you know. And so then I've just been like re-dyeing over the roots whenever they grow in. I want to do like a blue color eventually, but I've been like procrastinating on it because I'm scared of all the bleach. I've never done like full head of bleach. The most I've done is like for the highlights that I had a couple years ago, and I didn't really like that. Like, I don't think I would do highlights again. I thought it would turn out differently than it did. I got it done at a salon, and I don't know. I thought it would turn out differently. Here is the other living room, and I really do like the way it turned out. It was hard for me to get the color scheme together, but I love the pink, and I tried to make it the same layout as the other living room. But yeah, so I did re-dye like my roots last night, and so there's like some hair dye on the side of my head. It looks a little weird, but it's okay. But what I've been struggling with my hair, okay, I don't know what exactly the problem is, but whenever I try to part it like in the middle, I feel like I'm parting it in the correct place, and then I do it and it just looks uneven. Like, I think it might be because my hairline on this side of my head, yeah, on this side of my head, I feel like it's farther back than the hairline on this side of my head, and so it looks uneven no matter what I do, and I don't know how to fix it. And so like 10 minutes before I started recording today, I was just like messing around with my comb, so it might look kind of weird right now. And so I think I tend to not be very fancy with my hair at all. Like, I wish I knew how to style it better. Like, this is not a brag. I wish I were better at styling my hair, because all I do is either leave it down if I'm having a good hair day, if I'm having a bad hair day, or if I'm working out, then I'll put it in a ponytail, just like a low ponytail. It's so basic. There was a time last year when I would do braids more often, just like a little side braid, like kind of like loose hanging. I don't know. So yeah, so I want to learn how to do more things like that, but I just struggle with it. My hair always falls out of things. I can't even do a bun, and I grew up dancing ballet. Like, how did I escape? I love ballet, but how did I get through all of ballet without really learning how to do a proper bun? And I think the answer to that is because I didn't go to like a fancy school where you had to have a super tight ballet bun every single class. Like, in class you could kind of just do whatever you wanted, but then in performances we needed the ballet bun, and when it was like time to get ready for the performances, I would just kind of like casually beg my friends' moms to do my hair for me. I would just show up and then just like hope that someone would help me. And they usually did, because they wanted you to like look like, have the ballet bun and makeup, whatever, on stage, so they would be like, let me help this kid out. So that was fine. And then I bought barrettes last year because I was like, what if I become a little like barrette girl? What if I put like cute little barrettes in my hair? But they just fall out. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I suck at hair. It's not good. I have headbands and I like them, and I was gonna wear one for the video today, but when I pushed it back you could just see the hair dye along the sides of my head so much more clearly. So I'll try to wear a headband for my next video. Maybe that will be my little like style challenge. There is one thing that I really like doing, and this is like the most basic thing ever. Like, this is not even a hairstyle. It's literally just this cute little scrunchie with this like hanging thing on it. I would like to get more things like this, but I don't know what they're called. So yeah, but this is what I do when I'm having a bad hair day. I'll just put my hair in a ponytail and just put that there, and it makes it look so cute. But yeah, I need more colors. I do like fashion. Like, I love experimenting with my fashion, and I love jewelry, although during the pandemic I've kind of just been wearing like earrings and forgetting about everything else. But I do love jewelry, and I would like to get back into wearing more of it. But hair and makeup are things that I've never been good at. I'm trying though. I have highlighter on today. I'm trying. Kind of hard to figure out what I wanted to do in these like hallway areas, but I think I got it. And then the bedrooms, I'm really happy with how those turned out. There's 2 beds in each room, and they're up a ladder, and then below the ladder is like the desk area, and there's a dresser in each of those. I think there's one per student. So yeah, I really love how this turned out. I really like it. Pretty soon on my channel, I'm going to start doing a Let's Play. I have the first episode recorded. I'm going to record a couple of others before I start posting. I'm going to start doing pack rankings and then finishing up my Britechester speed build series. So I think my next one will be either the townhouses that I built or the library. And then after that, I'll get to the common areas and the Foxbury dorms. And I'm really excited to finish up my Britechester series because I just get so bored with like the builds that are already there, and I just needed to like spice it up because my Sims spend a lot of time at university. I'm here all the time. So yeah, I hope you like the way that this build turned out. I had a lot of fun making it. And if you haven't seen my other Britechester builds, I'm going to put together a playlist for them so that you can watch them on my channel. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching this speed build, and please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll start posting my Let's Play soon and finishing up my Britechester renovation. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!